They're a couple, and they're friends. The situation is getting awkward because there's some tension between her and him. You can feel it. And 95% of people end up making these mistakes. Here's the first mistake. Daniel and Pedro are childhood friends. They meet at a wedding, and both have gorgeous girlfriends. After chatting for a while, Pedro starts feeling a little bad. He can't stop thinking that Daniel's girlfriend seems better than his. She's cheerful, pays attention to what Pedro is saying, is helpful by bringing drinks for everyone, and is super affectionate with Daniel. The funny thing is, Daniel secretly thinks the same about Pedro's girlfriend. Not exactly the same, but he does feel Pedro's girlfriend has amazing qualities his own girlfriend doesn't. He finds her comments incredibly smart and loves how elegant and cultured she seems. For both of them, the grass seems greener on the other side. They focus on all the good things about their friend's girlfriend and ignore what they have. And you know what happens next? Pedro gets drunk.
Wait, don't tell that part yet. You'll ruin the video. First, tell them the office gossip.
You mean about the married guy?
Yes, that one.
All right, here it goes. But we'll get back to the wedding story later. Felipe has been married for 10 years. Of course, the honeymoon phase is long gone, and now he has a running list of complaints about his wife. Little things like leaving hair in the shower or forgetting to close the toothpaste. Medium things like forgetting his birthday. And bigger things too. After living together for so long, he knows every single one of her flaws. Meanwhile, there's a new coworker at his office who's incredibly sweet. She often brings him small gifts like donuts or coffee, asks him how he slept, and stays late to help when needed. She's always cheerful, well-dressed, and young. Felipe can't help but compare her short list of good traits to the long list of complaints he has about his wife. It's hard not to think about it, especially when he comes home late and exhausted to a grumpy wife who's nagging him about fixing a light bulb that's been out for over a month. But you and I both know what's happening here. The grass always seems greener on the other side. If Felipe made the mistake of leaving his wife to start something with his coworker, you and I know how it would end. 9 out of 10 times, the same thing happens. Soon, he'd realize this perfect person has her own flaws, just as big or even bigger than his wife's. Then he'd regret leaving someone who was there for him through thick and thin for 10 years. This is how the mind works. We see all the good in what we don't have and all the bad in what we do have. It's a bias. Pay attention to that. It's important. Here's a sad example. Roberto was estranged from his father for the last 10 years of his life. When his father died unexpectedly, Roberto couldn't stop thinking about all the good moments they shared and his dad's great qualities. Now, he can't forgive himself for wasting the years they could have spent together. All right, enough with the sad tone. Let's get back to the wedding drama. As the night goes on and the drinks keep flowing, Pedro tells Daniel, "Hey, I just wanted to say, your girlfriend is amazing. She's cheerful, attentive, and